Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I'll Never Tell You, a production of iHeartRadio.
With the Olympics and Paralympics around the corner, we thought we would take some time to look at incredible athletes around the world for our feminists around the world, because, we love a good athlete. And yes, we will be coming back to talk about some of those Paralympic and Olympic athletes that are about to enter their competition.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch it this year? You watch it pretty consistently.
I do watch it pretty regularly. I will be. And okay. I'm hesitating because I know there's a lot of issues around it.
Yes.
And I'm curious how it's going to play out. But yes, I will be watching it.
Yes. I know, I've been thinking about that with soccer and the conversations around soccer, because similar protests and things have happened. But we know there was some teams that people weren't expecting and were excited about. And I'm hoping we could see that as well for this year's Olympics and Paralympics. We already got the sadness of people trying to exclude trans athletes, but at the same time, we've seen trans athletes actually make it, and we're very excited to celebrate them as well. But yeah, so as it's coming around, we want to look at different athletes who are doing amazing things and using their platform to be activists and advocates for others. And today we are talking about Doaa Shayea, who was born with spina bifida and is currently living in the UK, I believe Plymouth. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was a place.
Right.
Apologies,
Interesting.
UK. I'm sorry. So Shayea is a woman of many talents, including being an athlete, an activist, a speaker, and an artist. She has recently made headlines in her debut competition within the powerlifting world, which is very cool. But before that, she was already making waves as a wheelchair racer, which started at a young age. I think she started around 12, because she has a cute site when she started at 15 talking about being a wheelchair racer. I was like, oh, look at this. And now I think she's in her 20s. So I wonder if she knows she still has that. And here's a bit from her LinkedIn. Embodied in 3 impactful words, a Muslim woman in a wheelchair, lies the essence of my journey, a narrative that transcends labels to become the guiding lens through which I navigate the world. My professional canvas unfolds at the intersection of disability, accessibility, sport, and race, with a particular focus on issues encompassing women's lifestyles, fitness, and health. Fueled by an unwavering passion and an unrelenting drive, I am on a mission to not only raise awareness, but to obliterate the prevailing disability narrative. My ultimate goal is to sculpt a society that is not just accessible, but inherently inclusive to all. With a unique blend of lived experience and skill, I have been instrumental in shaping positive changes with numerous charities, organizations, and communities. These transformations possess the transformative power to influence policy changes, a testament to the impact of authentic representation. My commitment extends to amplifying the voices of the marginalized, ensuring they are not only heard, but truly seen. A fervent advocate for improving representation, equality, and diversity, I actively seek opportunities that align with my core values.
And as she navigates her own activism and career, she has not slowed down in learning or perfecting her skills. Recently, she made headlines as she qualified and competed in the World Para Powerlifting Championships in 2023, and her work earned her a bronze medal in overall competition. And with all of this under her belt, she has been open and vocal about disability justice. In 2019, she used her love of art to speak out against ableist attitudes and insults. Here's a bit that she wrote for youcanfind.com titled "Slay Those Wheels." Quote, "People don't associate disability with beauty/sexiness. But my question is, why? Why can't you be in a wheelchair or have any sort of disability and not still be considered sexy and beautiful? True beauty is in the heart, mind, and true confidence within will always radiate right through, and knowing you have so much more to offer regardless of looks or disability. There's more to a person than just looks. Looks are only a part of what makes you who you are. Who you are deep down is what matters. My aim is to change the world's perspective on disability and show that you can still have amazing hair, makeup, nails, and even figure, be in a wheelchair, and still slay regardless of wheels."
And if you ever see any of her pictures, she's been featured in several magazines as well as with a modeling agency. She is gorgeous. So yeah, she got that figured out. And with her talents as a makeup artist, she went on to talk openly about some of the insults she has dealt with. She told BBC News in 2019, "I don't feel disability has been accepted. It really does frustrate me. So with my makeup design, I wanted everyone to see what disabled people still have to put up with in 2019. It's like the words I write on my face. Retard, bedridden, I got called them. It's hurtful." And yeah, if you see the video, she actually does an amazing thing where there's a lot of like half makeup like tutorial and then half of like your regular face, but on the half she had her makeup done and on the other half she had words that had been said to her and used to insult her. So as a kind of like a awareness tactic. And the article continues with how Shayea shared a video on Facebook with her inspiring makeup. "A lot of the time, to my face, I get people saying it's such a shame you're pretty. It's wasted on you." Doaa said, "I had a guy on the bus come up to me and look at me with the most sympathetic look. Then he said, 'It really is a shame you're so beautiful as you're never going to do anything with it because you're in a wheelchair.' I mean, what can you say to that? As soon as you're seen in a wheelchair or with any disability, that beauty is gone. The wheelchair is always going to be seen before I'm going to be seen."
She has continued to speak up about the level of marginalism that she has faced as a disabled Muslim woman of color and how she has learned the importance of taking care of her own mental health, as well as learning to love and accept herself. In that same BBC article, she talks about when she switched from using crutches to a wheelchair. Quote, "Born in Yemen, Doaa moved to the southwest of England with her family when she was 6 years old and swapped her crutches for a wheelchair a few years later. I used to be really paranoid being on crutches as I had a limp and I was always aware that people were staring at me," she said. "Now they still stare, but I can whiz right by them and speed off." Doaa said she believed people put a limitation on me straight away, and that was something she wanted to break. "I can do everything anyone else can do," she added.
Right, and she has. Obviously, she's a racer, so she's got some speed. And in another interview with disabilityhorizons.com, they write about her. "Doaa defines herself as goddess of my own hell, which means she has conquered the fight to exist, be seen, and be heard, and while facing the negativity and discrimination for being female, a woman of color, and disabled." And from another article where she is featured as a top 10 activist to know, it says in 2014, she carried the Queen's baton through Plymouth ahead of Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. And she was also awarded the Plymouth Herald's Rob Daly Award for, quote, "overcoming adversity to excel in sports." And yeah, like I said, she's been doing a lot. And obviously she continues to do a lot. As last year, she competed in that powerlifting competition. I'm sure we're going to see and hear a lot more from her.
Yes. Yes. And we do have some amazing listeners who are great at letting us know about some of the sports stuff we might miss. So looking forward to hearing from all of you.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can contact us through a variety of ways. You can email us at stephanie@momstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter at momstuffpodcast or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff I Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have a TeePublic store. And we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.